AJ Dybantsa returning to BYU. This way. The rest of the Big 12, man, is going to fall apart. Holy sh...
You are Locked On Big 12, your daily podcast on the Big 12 Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Happy Tuesday night, everybody. Welcome into Locked On Big 12. I'm Drake Toll from America's #1 Big 12 podcast, Locked On Big 12. Thank you for making this show your first listen every single day. Look, love it or hate it, NIL has caught up. AJ Dybantsa told Deseret, I've got the clip. I'm going to play the clip. You've clicked on the video. You're like, oh, this is clickbait. I'm going to play the clip where AJ Dybantsa says, you know what? If you hit subscribe, I get to keep my job. Here it is. Courtesy audio video to Deseret.
But do you care about going #1? Do you want to go #1?
Yeah.
Do you think you will?
Well, I might not leave.
What do you mean?
Like, I might not leave college.
Why not?
No, I just got to return to the season.
So you haven't made up your mind that you're going to go into the draft?
Nah, my mom wants me to graduate.
Really?
Yeah, so I might not leave. But I might leave. I don't know. The fans might get into my head, talk about, 1 more year, maybe 3 more years. I don't know. But I'm going to have to talk to my mom. So
your mom wants you to stay and get your degree.
She wants me to get my degree.
Yeah. Why does she think it's important that you get your degree?
Because, as mom, she's thinking like post-basketball and, God forbid if anything happens to me, I should always have a backup plan.
I think people would be shocked to hear that, though, because everybody's assuming you're going into the draft after this season.
I mean, yeah, they can assume. I ain't say anything.
Oh, my gosh. Here's the deal. If you are listening to AJ Dybantsa for the first time, he's kind of a jokey guy. He's a fun-loving guy. But when he locks in during an interview, it's not that he seems uncomfortable, but he gets to business. Like in an interview like this, and you can watch the extended link that Deseret. He's again not trying to get out of the interview, but answering questions directly. He's going to give you what you want and the truth. And he said, "Yeah. By the way, I might not leave." May I also tell you, this isn't like a strategy thing. If anything, scouts are seeing that and they're like, "Oh, that's not good." They're red button maydaying. This isn't a strategy like, oh, if I say this, I'll get a better draft stock. They're going to take me higher. No. When AJ Dybantsa says, I might just not leave, and the fans are in my head and they keep saying 1 more year or 3 more years, my mom wants me to get a degree, like this is legitimately on the table that AJ Dybantsa could return to the Big 12. I didn't say that. AJ Dybantsa said that to Deseret. Okay, number one, this would set an insane precedent in college basketball. It's not necessarily that AJ Dybantsa himself is ruining what we love about college athletics, but you know what is? The Wild West, lack of a salary cap, the fact you can do whatever you want. And so you know who can take advantage of that? The schools that have money, the schools that can pay for players, the schools that can pay a copious amount for players. And you know what BYU is? They're kind of one of those. As much as everybody wants to say, oh, well, it's BYU and Texas Tech, and they're going to spend so much money, and they're predicated on NIL, and all they want to do is spend their money. They have so much money. We wish we had that money. They're not Ohio State. They're not in the top 10 in NIL spending in the country. Those two schools are good at it, for sure. But it's not like they're just buying their whole roster, especially at BYU, where you have to find the right character fits. And if you don't, then they'll end up, out of the program due to honor code violations. AJ Dybantsa signed up for the honor code. Just because you're going number 1 overall doesn't mean you get to skip out of the honor code. And now that same guy is saying, hey, I can come back here. My mom says it's a good idea. I can still make as much money here. Why not? The state of the NBA right now is in a bad spot, too. The NBA is not in a very good place. The NBA is not getting the viewership that it wants or expected. So Dybantsa said, fine. What if I just stay? I'm going to tell you why this is going to happen. I'm going to give you hard numbers of why this will happen. And maybe it's a pipe dream for a Big 12 fan, but I've got the death of the blue blood. The death of the blue blood is the reason AJ Dybantsa is coming back. That's in 1 second. Locked On Big 12. Quickly, today's show is brought to you by Robinhood. Robinhood's exactly where I've gone. What if your sports are treated like markets? Now you can put your sports IQ to work in real time with Robinhood Prediction Markets. You can buy or sell your positions live all game long. Use your sports knowledge in moments that matter. Robinhood Prediction Markets changes the game. It's people moving the action. When the momentum shifts, you can move with it. I always knew the game, but I never had a dynamic way to apply that knowledge. Now I can actually take part live in a market powered by the people. You're no longer just a spectator, play-by-play. You decide. Trade every play with Robinhood. Now available across the U.S. Download the Robinhood app now to begin. Futures and cleared swaps. Trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Even contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm. Today's show is also brought to you by Indeed. Indeed is exactly where I go when it comes to jobs. I need a new intern for Locked On Big 12. Email me, and I'll send you the link to my Indeed. My email is drake@thesavannahbananas.com. Workplace chaos, you don't have time? In the minute I've been talking to you, companies like yours made 27 hires on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. Indeed Sponsored Jobs is where you can find your next hire. Indeed Sponsored Jobs, and you'll get $75 sponsored job credit to help get your momentum to the premium, your job, the momentum it needs at the premium status that it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Indeed.com/podcast. Indeed.com/podcast for that $75 in sponsored job credit. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs. Did you feel like those ad reads were kind of shaky? I'm still recovering from the news that I just found out that AJ Dybantsa said I might come back. Hey, number one, here's the deal. Here's the payoff. Kevin Young. That's the Kevin Young effect. I'm not even going to say the money's number one. Number one's the Kevin Young effect. Number two is the BYU effect. The blue blood monopoly is dying. You don't have to be a blue blood anymore to grab AJ Dybantsa. You don't have to hire AJ Dybantsa's dad. That's what happened with Cade Cunningham at Oklahoma State, I believe, or maybe it was Michael Porter Jr. at Missouri. That's typically what happens is there's some sort of insider trading that goes on with these. Nope, not AJ Dybantsa. Dybantsa just loves BYU. Oh, and if you didn't like those answers enough, Kevin Young, he's not going to just stay for Kevin Young. He's not going to just stay for BYU and his love of BYU or because the fans can convince him he's lying. I bet he's lying. If you think he was lying in the clip that I just played you, well, then what about this? The floor, his valuation floor. This is a Nike kid. This is a guy who's going to make a lot of money with NIL. His floor is $7 million. I think his floor is $7. I think that the lease next year that he could put together and make is $7 million. That's a definitive market price, by the way, for a number one overall recruit. If Dybansta is worth $7 million, number 4 or 5 recruits worth $3 or $4 million, there are BYU boosters driven in the tech industry that are saying, hey, $7 million as an investment for a single year of exposure, that's worth it. It elevates the program. They're top 10. It fills the 18,000 seats. Oh, and Dybansta has always been strategic. Utah prep, senior year of high school, positioned himself in the state before the BYU debut, got ready for it. You're losing the blue blood era of basketball. Michigan's not a blue blood. They're not. Florida's not a blue blood. They were good for a little bit. Not a blue blood, though. Arizona, kind of. They fell off for a bit. They kind of ebbed and flowed. We're getting rid of the blue bloods, by and large. The new Dybansta era is what this is. NIL valuation and an NBA coaching staff that he already has at BYU. His prep to pro pipeline in the region. Oh, and $5 to $10 million in value. He's a BYU Cougar right now and might be telling you the truth. He'll be a BYU Cougar next season. Look, hey, he didn't have to do this. He could have gone to the G League. He could have gone to Overtime Elite. He could have done these things and taken $1 million. But no. Coming back to Provo, that might be the play. And BYU has the donors to make it happen for him to appease his mama. Always got to make my mama happy. He wants to do the same. He wants to appease his mama. Make her happy. Make her smile. And it might make the Big 12 the highlight, the spotlight, the mecca of college basketball this offseason as we all look around and say, oh, shoot, Big 12 means business. Whew. If you're an everyday listener of Locked On Big 12, go to lockedonbig12.supercast.com, lockedonbig12.supercast.com if you're an everydayer and get ad-free Locked On Big 12. Crazy news, dog. I had like 30 minutes to record something quick if anything broke, and something broke, man. something broke. This has been It Always Will Be Locked On. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. Dose Grande.